Alright, my first video of the day is Miner, level 30, Obsidian race, given to us by Adalberta. Let's go. Oh, mercy, just the person. I was about to send for you. There's an order I want to... I don't remember what accent I did for her, so I'm sorry. There's an order I want your help with. See, it comes from the Gladiators Guild via the Vice Foreman himself. You recall the time I had you procure Obsidian? Well, this time I need you to find a Wyvern Obsidian, or Wyvern, however you want to pronounce it, which is a good deal rarer. How rare, you ask? Let's just say I've handled the stuff no more than a dozen times in my life. So, yes, it'll be a bugger to find, but don't worry, you won't be working alone. It just so happens that one of your guildmates has volunteered for the task, and considering how difficult it's like to be, I've decided to have the two of you work together. Your partner's name is Gully, and he's waiting for you on the far side of the stage. Go over and introduce yourself, and he'll tell you everything you need to know. Run along now. Oh, and good luck. All of the Galka, which was like the big kind of hairy buff dude, like kind of like the Rogadin are now, but bigger, I think, a little bit. Hairier, I think, a little bit. They all had Wide Gully or Open Gulch or Two Swords or like names like that, and I fucking love them. And Galka was my favorite race of that game. Although I played a character that was just a human female named Iserman, and that was my main forever and ever and ever. I started the game, Final Fantasy XI, as a Galka paladin, thinking I'd be able to use an axe. But this game is more restrictive, obviously, because your class is tied to the weapon that you currently have equipped. Like, you cannot be a great sword wielding, what was I going to say? Warrior, I guess. I was going to say Reaper, but whatever. Anyway, Wide Gully reminded me of that. So here he is indeed a Rogadin. Got some goggles, got some kind of like dark blonde hair. Here we go. You must be Mercy, the Guildmaster's pet. I've heard much and more about you. They tell me you've got talent. Trouble is, you're an adventurer, and anyone with an ounce of sense knows adventurers can't be trusted. Adalberta's sorely mistaken if she thinks you're any different. Likewise, she's sorely mistaken if she thinks I'm going to help you find 15 chunks of Wyvern Obsidian. I'd sooner fall on my own pickaxe than see you take the credit for my hard work. That said, I'm not about to risk getting kicked out of the guild for disobeying a direct order. Luckily, there's other ways to handle this. What do you say to a contest? It's nigh on as good as cooperating, and so long as the client gets what he wants, Adalberta won't have cause to complain, will she? So here's the deal. We mine for Wyvern Obsidian separately, and whoever brings back the better haul, that's to say, the purer haul, is the winner. Simple, yes? Now, we both know I've been doing this a lot longer than you, and I won't have it said that I trounced a novice. So to make this more interesting, I'll give as long as you want, for all the good it'll do you. Oh, and you can even go and talk to the client if you like. His name's Roger. That's H-R-O Delta G-E-R. And you'll find him outside the Gladiators Guild. Might be as he can tell you something useful. I think I have to talk to Roger. I could just call him Roger, but where's the fun in that, man? He's Roger. Raja. We will teleport. Wait. Nope, passed it. Dummy. Gladiators Guild. Raja is I call these the square-jawed humans, or hires, whatever. Hi, I'm Roger. What can I do for you? Got yourself into a contest with Wide Gully, you say? Oof, I don't envy you, miss. I don't know much about mining myself, but I do know that Wide Gully is good at his job. You can't be Deep Canyon's son without knowing a thing or two about being a miner. Anyway, I have no idea whose idea this contest of yours was, but if it means I get goods of better quality, you won't hear any complaints from me. Now, you wanted to ask me about Wyvern Obsidian, didn't you? Sorry. Well, I'll tell you what little I know, but remember, I'm a gladiator, not a miner. Saying that, I haven't graced the blood sands for a while. Took a nasty blow to the knee, you see. Rest assured, the fellow that dealt it got far worse. Anyway, I'm all mended and ready to make my return, and I want it to be glorious, something that'll be sung by the bards. So I thought a shiny new sword was in order, and there's nothing like a plumed oak makuato Makwahuitl to draw a crowd. Marry a Charlie U A H U I Tom L. Makwahuitl, I think. Why? Because it doesn't have a single piece of metal in it. Makwahimen don't as a rule. Aye, not a speck of metal, but if you wield it right, the shards of wyvern obsidian embedded in the blade will cut armor like a hot knife through butter. Ah, but I'm rambling. You wanted to know where to find the stuff, not what I plan to do with it. I vaguely recall a conversation I had with a miner a while back. We were talking about Makwahimen. Oh, did I mention that's what you call more than one Makwahital? Well, it is. Where was I? Ah, yes. We were chatting about Makwahimen, and the fellow said that he'd previously dug up wyvern obsidian around Thal's Respite in eastern Thanlin. And that's all I know. Hope it helps. I believe it could be mining. I have mined some up. Okay, it is mining level 28. East Thanlin, as he said. So Camp Drybone is our closest. Well, probably, Camp Tranquil in the South Shroud might actually be closer. You just gotta zone hop pretty shortly. It's raining here. I have turned up recently ambient sounds. It's like rain might be a little bit louder. I've always got voice at max. I want to make sure that with our voice actors, I do want people to be able to hear them. Sound effects, I think I had them up quite a bit and then turned them down. We're going all the way to the northeasternmost part of this zone. And the nodes will be these yellow pickaxes. Blue is quarrying. When I was up here last time, I already have wyvern. I had to get wyvern obsidian and just a few saltpeter. So I already had, I guess, 10. But I would like to get those 10 back. So I'll do that. I do believe I will be using these in future crafts as well. So I'll go until I hit 25. Wait. Yeah, okay. I guess that... Really? Did I start with 10? I got a bunch of 3s. Okay, I got 2, 3, 3... So 2, 5, 8, 12. And then 13, 15, 17, 18. So did I only have 7 to start with? Let's just get another batch. It's right over here. Back to Uldar with the teleport. Gonna spend my money on it cause it ain't expensive. Yeah, yeah. Who are we going to? Okay, back to the Miners Guild. No stops. Alright. Back to Wide Gully. Here we go. What's the matter? Don't tell me you're having trouble finding a paltry 15 chunks of wyvern obsidian. I forgot what I made his voice sound like already, so this is what you get. Cutscene, handing him over. Oh, managed to scrape together the required amount, did you? Well then, let's see your sorry specimens, just for the sake of Bugger me. They're black as night. This is some of the purest stuff I've ever seen. And that is what I will grab. Thank you for the compliments. I enjoy them quite nicely. Yes, somehow I just said quite nicely, I'm pretty sure. Quite much is what I made. Oh. How in the 7 hells did you find these? You, a mere adventurer. Gah, I'm loath to admit it, but your obsidian's superior to mine. Well, it might be as you've bested me on quality, but there's more in being a miner than that. You need to be able to give the client what he wants, when he wants it. In other words, you need speed. Without it, quality counts for naught. I was by far the faster man, so we'll call it a draw. But mark my words, I'll best you next time, both on speed and quality. I'll see to it the Obsidian gets to Roger. In the meantime, why don't you go and tell the Guildmaster all about it? I care not what you say. Okay. Adalberta for the turn-in. Ah, mercy, how did you find working with Wide Gully? What? He challenged you to a contest? As if the task weren't difficult enough. I'm terribly sorry, Mercy. I think I did make her Irish in the past, but we'll see. That was hardly fair of him. He's a born miner. What's that? You beat him? Truly? But he's one of the guild's very best. Well done, girl. Eh? He claimed he was faster, did he? Well, speed is important, but Wide Gully set the rules, and by those rules, you won, fair and square. You've come a long way, Mercy. A long way. You make me proud to be your mentor. At the same time, though, I must admit that the miner in me can't help feeling some envy. But it's that which keeps a veteran like me on my toes, lights a fire in my belly. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Keep doing what you're doing, Mercy, and I'll do my damnedest to keep up. Ha ha ha. 68,640 experience points. That would be awesome as a gil reward. 639 gil. A steel pickaxe, which I've already made myself better than, thanks to leveling up mining and 7 of the crafts concurrently, basically. Mining is a bit ahead, just because it's easier, really. You just go out and hit things. All of these things as well. Wait, hold on. Perception 35. Perception 37. Okay. The goggles for a second that are offered as an option, I thought they were better than what I made, but they're not. They're close though. Like they're higher level, but they also give control and they're NQ. If these were HQ, and I'll probably make these pretty soon. I mean, they're steel goggles. I can't imagine I'm not gonna make them. Or I might have already made them, but figured out that the hat was better. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. Pants I made better than. Hands I made better than, and boots I made better than. So I'll take 1,500 gil. Heck yeah, bruh. Heck yeah, bruh. And we will desynth pickaxe. I forgot words for a second. Yay, Fieldcraft Demi-Materia. I'll show you guys, because I got to show in my crafting videos, but if you're only watching mining for whatever reason, I will show you the field demi-craft. Is it 1 or 2? I can't tell, whatever. We'll figure it out soon. The field demi-craft materia rank 2 sells really fast and really good on the market. This is number 1 though, so it's probably only... Oh, wait. Did I get that backwards? Oh, no, I'm thinking of the clear. The clear demi-materia number 2 vendors for 1,000, but number 1 vendors for 200. It's still nice to get, but... yeah, this field demi-craft materia... demi-materia... Fieldcraft demi-materia 1 sells... When I first started selling these, it was like 9,999. I tend to undercut because I just want to get it out. Like, everybody's been undercutting me. Not everybody, but there have been plenty of people undercutting me. I'll keep going lower, guys. You don't even know. In fact, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do 6,800. I don't care. And then once I'm... You know, this is the kind of thing that you... Actually, wait. Can I show you before? Let's return 1 to my inventory. I'll show you why I think it sells well. It makes a Chocobo pillar, which is a furnishing, which is probably a pretty cool looking pillar. I think the most important things, weirdly enough, is that you use it to make these bikinis. They're like leopard print bikinis. which can be used for glamour for the body piece and legs piece. So you can be relatively naked. Bikini. The tatami mat, I think, probably looks pretty cool in your house, and for that reason sells well. These hats, I'm not sure anybody cares about them. I think they look pretty dumb, but whatever. So that's why I think it sells well. But I don't know. I have no actual explanation. Yeah, 63,000. Okay. Anyway. So that's it for this video. I will be making levels 35 and 40 right after this. I just wanted to show you the Fieldcraft demi-materia thing really quickly. But I will see you next time. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye for now.